Hi, welcome back to Excellent Minds, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of data analysis and business intelligence. Now, if you haven't already done so, go right ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We have lots of exciting content coming your way. Now, let's dive into today's topic. It's Power BI's bi-directional filtering. All right, so have you ever wondered how to enhance your data analysis capabilities in Power BI? Well, bi-directional filtering is here to save the day. It's a powerful feature that enables you to create interactive reports and dashboards by allowing filtering in both directions. Yeah, let's see how it works. Now, in Power BI, relationships between tables determine how data is connected. By default, these relationships have a single direction filtering, meaning that if you select the data, okay, like so, over here on one table, for instance, you're looking at two visuals, by the way. Now, if you try to pick one row of record on one table, you will automatically, get the other table below, be filtered, assuming that you have relationships between the two. But that's just one direction, right? But what happens if you get out of this and, clear that selection over there? If I try to just pick this one record here, you do not see any filtering that would be executed on the upper table. But what if you want the filtering to work both ways, right? Well, that's where the bidirectional filtering comes into play. Now, to explain that or to show you what this does, I'll have to show you how my tables look like. So in our Power BI file over here, you're looking at two tables that I have uploaded for the purpose of this demo. One appears to have these records, and as you could see, I have like three columns, and I made it the first column as our key in our relationship for the first table named sheet one, and it has the following three fields, as you can actually see that uh, is actually shown over here as well as shown over here. Now, the other table I imported is also of similar structure. It has test as the first column, which is actually what I have set up as the key as well, the primary key as well for the second table, and it has the following three fields. The next fields are test number four, test five, and so on, and you do see them right over here. So those looks no, those look good. All right. So and also, I'll show you that they have by default been related by Power BI the moment I imported them in our file, and the Power BI automatically created this kind of relationship. If you're looking at this window of or this view of Power BI, and you'll be able to see that the cardinality is a many to one relationship. The many side is actually indicated by this symbol, and the one side is by this symbol or the number one, and that gives you an idea that the direction of the filter is coming from the first table sheet one to sheet number two, which is sheet one, and that title over there. You can also see that it does say single, as also mirrored over here, and that this relationship is active, and it, like I said, Power BI automatically it gives your tables relationship when they have the same when they have a when they meet the conditions of your primary key. Well, one condition is that your both of your keys from both table have the same names. In this case, it's named as test right over here. And so I actually created two visuals of it. If I activate this first visual, it does have these fields entered into them as columns, as you can see over here. If I'll show you the second table, and you do see that I have those uh, fields, test number 4 and test number 5, set up right over here. So let me show you what it does with a single filtering at least. Like I said, it's the default cross filtering setup that is being given to your tables by Power BI. So if I activate this first table, which is the one side of the relationship, if I pick one value from one of the rows or one row from the first table, you do see that it automatically filters for you the second table with just records matching the key that says, Jimmy and in the test field, right? So the Jimmy value from the key in the test field of the first table actually has matching records of the following test number 5 and 4, and you do see that over here that they are indeed the same value right over here, and you do see that over here uh, it's coming from the first field of the first table. So it says sheet one right over here. Test two is also coming from sheet one. If I go to this second table, the second table has test as the as its first field. So you don't actually even have to include this uh, other field, right over there, for example, to make it work. Okay, to make the filtering work, you can get rid of that and leave this field for the second table down here. So watch how the single directional filtering will, how it would not work when you try to filter the second table below. Okay, so let's clear our selection, and both tables would actually go right ahead and come back to a cleared filter. Now, if I try to activate the second table down below, which is the many side of the relationship, uh, if I try to filter just this record, you do see that it does select that, and it activates the filters for you. A menu for you to control, but it doesn't do anything on the upper table, if you can see, right? So if you want this to be more useful or more interactive experience for the user, and you'd like this to show, just the values that you select that is associated with what you select over here. Like for instance, this value over here, I should I should want this other table to only show me this row right here, and I would expect that if that is activated. But since it is not, uh, let me show you how to change that filtering selection into a bi-directional filtering, or in this case, in Power BI, it's called both. Okay, so to do that, you simply have to go to your model view, left hand side, and you going back to the diagram, and in right here you have the option to go right ahead. If you try to um, click on this arrow over here where it shows the direction of the filter, you will be given an option to edit the relationship. So on the right hand side, the properties panel will come up. Um, it would just show you how it looks like. That the sheet one number two, which is this. It uses the primary key, which is named as test, and it's a many to one relationship, meaning that this is the many side, and it is to the one side, which is this table over here. So that's sheet number one over here. And it also uses the same exact name as the primary key. And this relationship is active. However, the cross filter direction, which is the subject of this video, is indicating that it's single, and it does make sense as it does show it as well right over here, right there. However, I will show you how to change this into a bidirectional filter. So let's hit on Open Relationship Editor over here. And when you do that, since this is the table that is active, I mean this is the relationship or one of the tables of the relationship is active. You are automatically given those two tables in this dialog. Okay, so you can see that sheet 1-2 is the many side. This is the many side. Again, that's because that's the name of the table, and it always puts the upper table as the side that is indicated by the left string right here in this value many to the one side, which is it comes after the many side in this string. It'll show that to you as a second one. Okay, and it also shows over here the cardinality is also shown over here, meaning the many side. This is the first string of this value will always be the upper side, and the one side will always show you the lower table, and it's single and it's active. Now simply all you got to do is just hit this menu, this drop down, and pick both. Okay, now what happens is that if you hit OK, you'll get those two arrows, from a single arrow this time. So now that you've done this, you should expect that if you go to the report view and select this visual right here, let us go ahead and clear it. Okay, we're going to clear it, but you do see that you actually see it now. You see that the first row Jimmy right here is selected, and the per table now is filtered in that direction, right? That way. Okay, so this already tells us it's working. So I'm going to clear that selection. And as you can see, both tables clear their filters. So watch this. By default, Power BI can do this in a single direction. It just selects all matching records of it from the many side of the table. But let's clear that selection. It can now be in the other direction. So watch as I select this second table and I pick this value. It now just selects that value from the first table. It's, and it does the same thing when I pick another value, and it picks it from, it filters like so in this other table. If I pick two value, only those two values. So you do see that it's actually working, and that's the powerful feature of bidirectional cross filtering in Power BI. Now, it is important to know that bi-directional filtering, like what we did just now, can impact performance, especially with very large data sets. So it's just use it selectively and be mindful of its effects on query performance and report responsiveness. All right, so there you have it. I hope you have learned a lot from this video, and you should be able to go right ahead and use this and see if you could enable this feature in your data set. And yeah, that's right. And you know what, this is also very useful when you wanted to show your users or give them access to such feature and be able to see how it looks like in any direction. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow data enthusiasts. And remember to subscribe to Excellent Minds for more exciting content data and other new episodes that you might find useful in data analysis, business intelligence, and much more. So yeah, thank you for watching this video.